They got The Witcher on the Switch. This is Witcher 3 Wild Hunt on the Nintendo Switch. This is video number 2, technically. This is the video that I'm making based on a cartridge that I obtained from the Maryland Library System, so I can knock another game off of my how does this play on the Switch list. No, I've seen Digital Foundry's videos. I've seen other videos about this game's release when it launched. Again, this is the cartridge installation that I did on the Nintendo Switch. It's currently docked, exporting to my J5 Create USB-C capture device at 60 frames a second. We're going to lock this thing to 30 frames a second, obviously. This game does not exceed 30 frames a second on the Nintendo Switch. And it looks really ugly if you're playing in handheld mode. The whole thing looks smeared. The whole thing looks really smeared. Like the resolution's probably 360p when you're playing on a handheld mode without a dock. Which means if you're playing on the Nintendo Switch Lite, it's going to look kind of ugly. So this is a representation of how the game's going to look when you have it docked and you have it hooked up to a television, which is fine if you have a regular Nintendo Switch. It's The Witcher. You can be mad about it, but consider the fact that the PlayStation Portable, I don't think, ever had a game that looked this competent. What?
Found my cart yet?
So what's the best looking game on the Nintendo on any console on any handheld console that came out prior to the Nintendo Switch? I was a big fan of Phantasy Star Portable, and it doesn't look this good. I mean, it looks cleaner than this game. I think it's fairly obvious to say, but docked, this game doesn't look terrible. I admit I'm shocked. We just started the game. In fact, where are we? Yeah, this is literally the first open world mission you do as soon as you're done fighting not fighting the griffin. There's a griffin that walks away, that takes a horse away. So I followed Vesemir, I killed the ghouls, now we're going to go to the tavern eventually. We're probably not going to do it in this video. This video is going to be me wandering around for half an hour to see how well the game holds up in regular open world exploration. The game works pretty well, actually. Again, I was playing in handheld mode about a few hours ago when I was on my lunch hour at work, and it looked like the game doesn't look great, but it plays at a reasonable rate. It's when you're exploring. Combat is what you would expect from a game like this. Unfortunately, the controls are incredibly stiff, so it feels like I'm playing, Red Dead Redemption 2, which some people might consider a very high compliment on the Nintendo Switch. Just know going in, this is no Skyrim. The controls aren't as tight as they are in Skyrim. Input lag is pretty bad. When I say bad, the controls are really muddy. So it feels like you're walking around in mud a lot of the time, unfortunately. But again, this isn't the kind of game where you're like,
take it easy.
This isn't the kind of game where you're like ducking and dodging and making a lot of really high. This is not a precision character action game. It's always been a pretty sloppy character action game, even when I played it on the Xbox One. I have videos of me playing this game on the Xbox One, so if you're curious how the game played when it launched in disc form on the Xbox One, you can watch that video. This is how it plays on the Switch, and I'll be honest, it does not look that bad. I'm actually quite surprised how good it looks, especially when docked. So we're gonna go east, then go north. All we're gonna do is explore some of these. We're gonna unlock some of these fast travel points. Well, they aren't fast travel points. We're gonna hit all of these question marks in the area. There are some fast travel points here, right? Yeah, let me go to the filter. Use the D-pad, left and right, to filter out the fast travel points. Huh? They're not here. Well, where's the main objective? Yeah, here they are. So if you see these signposts here, you can dismount your horse, interact basically with the signs, and you can fast travel to any other sign that you've unlocked, like the ford right here. Not as many fast travel points here as I would like, so I'll probably be able to find another one eventually. So I guess you can't fast travel here, but I did unlock some of these question marks, which is why these icons are appearing. We'll come back to that crap later. We'll probably get into a couple of fights while we explore. But again, I just want to see how the game looks and plays for about half an hour. Whoops. Get off the horse. Like in Far Cry 5, and I believe, what's the other game? Red Dead Redemption 2. You hold down the, You hold down the gallop button, and if you stick to the roads, you'll automatically turn. So it's like auto drive. It's like driving a Tesla. When the auto drive works, anyway. So I remember when I was playing Red Dead Redemption 2, there was a problem where I was, constantly missing turns and stuff like that. I think Rage 2 had the same problem. But the auto driving features are very nice to have. So I'm a fan of that. Double tap the A button and hold it down so you can gallop. Which makes more sense when you're on a road, but we're going to head due east. Yeah, I saw that. We're going the wrong way. We need to go east.
Go.
So where are these other question marks? Well, hold on. We got a new marker. Put that away. Press right on the D. Hold right on the D-pad to put your sword away. You have 2 swords, remember. Press left on the D-pad for the steel sword. Press right on the D-pad for the silver sword, which I believe is more dangerous to monsters. But I think the regular sword is more dangerous when you're fighting humans. I forget how it works. It's in the tutorials. We'll find out in a second. When we get into combat, that'll be explained a bit. That'll be explained a bit more detail. The 2 Witcher videos I made on the 2 Witcher 3 videos I made from the Xbox One, those are basically sort of beginner guides where I try to explain how I got through the first hour or so of the game, so other people can kind of follow along if they want to see where to go, if they don't want to stick to the story, but they still want to explore a little bit. So I got a signpost. There are 5 signposts? So maybe there are 5 signposts in the area. They're listed under the general filter on the bottom left-hand side of the screen. So again, if you press the A button, you can fast travel to any of these other save points. Or any of these other signs. So I guess I can do this, use the D-pad. Oh, okay, so we can do it this way, okay. So those are the 5 signs I found so far. So if you want to fast travel there, you can. We're not going to do that yet. That's the only way you can fast travel. You can't just fast travel anywhere you want if you're outside. Like when you're outside in Skyrim, you can fast travel anywhere you want. It's not that kind of game. But it does the job. Maybe on the PC, you could, maybe there's a mod on the PC version that adds more signposts, but not here. Let's see. We are gonna go north, I guess. Let's go here. Let's go to the quest that's here. Then we'll go north. This is just a generic marker that I made. It's a generic waypoint that I made, so I can follow a designated path. And this is the far northern extent of the region, so I got to keep that in mind. The map is bigger than this, apparently, because the world map is how big is the world map? X button. Yeah, all this is going to be expanded upon later, I suppose. So we'll worry about that later. It might be one of those games where you have to go through a gate till it might be like Horizon Zero Dawn or something. You got to go through a gate at some point in the game. I don't know. Spoiler alert, I haven't played this game since it launched. I played this game maybe 3 years after it launched on the console. And I'm probably never going to be able to play it on a PC, although I've been told. I remember I have a quad-core PC with a Radeon 550, so we'll probably play this game at Switch settings. Look.
Come on now.
Look. We're going the wrong way.
Take it easy.
My PC can play Skyrim at 4K, but I'm pretty sure it can't play this. Because what are you going to do? VRAM is a pain in the butt, isn't it? We'll get to that later. But again, you saw some of the lighting effects. You saw the reflective lighting here on the sun. Again, that is not a cheap effect. They got it. They shrunk it on. They shrunk it onto a Switch. So that's a very good effect for a Switch game. I would say Skyrim looks a lot better, obviously. But that's a very good effect. You can pick up these blossoms here, but we have to dismount.
Let's go.
We have to dismount to grab this stuff, don't we? And by the way, you can interact with the trees. See, like this? So, that's... That does not help the frame rate very much. If you remember, what was it, Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Wii U, which I haven't made. I own it. I have not made a video of that game yet. Apparently, you couldn't interact with any objects in the world, so you could like run through a car like you're a ghost.
Not so fast, Roach.
I'm not. He's barely moving, by the way. My horse Roach is barely moving. What are you gonna do? So I guess if they wanted to save a bunch of processing power, I guess they could like make the fences invisible. Like they make me into a ghost. I can just walk through everything. Why do I think I've already been here?
Whoa there, Roach.
Where are we going? We need to go north. Oh, this is another town I have not been to. No, this is the White Orchard. Yeah, I've been ignoring this place the whole time. Let me zoom out by pulling down on the right stick. Okay, so there's a bunch of stuff we can explore. I said I was going to go north, so let's go north. There's a quest available up there.
That's it, Roach.
So we're going to double tap the A button and then hold it down. My fingers are off the thumbstick. The course is turning on its own. So I always thought that was a nice touch, but we're not going in the right direction. We're supposed to be going north, dingus. Go north.
That's it, Roach.
Again, this is something of a miracle port. A game this demanding on PC shouldn't run this well on a Switch, but apparently CD Projekt Red, unlike some games we can name, actually invested in trying to get this game to run on a freaking Switch. Personally, I think they should have tried to put Witcher 2 on there first, but having proven that they could do this, I mean, the Witcher 2 isn't even on the PlayStation 3, so part of me feels like they should put it on the, they should put Witcher 2 on the Switch. But this game didn't sell well enough for them to justify it, I guess. So I'm not going to be mad at them.
Not so fast, Roach.
I own Witcher. I mean, heck, The Witcher 2 is like a $2 game on Steam these days.
Come on now.
Because I never played it for more than an hour. I don't know. I played this game for more than an hour, so that's my recommendation, I suppose.
Slow now.
Hey, where are we going? I'm all off now. Okay, so we gotta hug the coast. So we're gonna hug the coast. Arguably, the game was never really a looker unless you, like, turned up the graphic settings. But I think on medium, the game probably looked okay. But this is one of those games. I think Witcher 3 came out in, like, 2015, like, right around the time the new consoles launched.
Slow now. Whoa.
Just a second. Let's get this quest giver out the way.
Lost your key, ma'am?
No, not me key. Me pan. It's always sat there empty, this hut. That is, till the night afore the battle. A man arrived, walked right in like 'twere his own. Was standing at my window, peering at the goings on. He must have known, 'cause next I knew, there he was, coming my way. So, I grabbed me pan, for protection, see? But he just asks all polite, Gran? Got any birch bark by chance? Lilac berries or even a few coals? Nay, says I. And you must be right daft to pester folk at night with such foolery. But I sees he ain't listening. Just staring at me pan like a magpie at a copper. Lend it to me, Gran. I'll give it back come morn. He's right baffled for what's he doing, frying in the dark. But I've got a soft heart, so I gave it to him.
Fascinating story. Any chance you're nearing the end?
Afore dawn, another rode up to the hut. But come morn, only the first fella left. Locked the door, hopped on his horse, and that were all I saw of him, and me pan. 'Twere old, black with sort, not worth much, I suppose, but I've no other. Will you help me, dearie? Bring an old widower pan. I could never break down that door myself. And in truth, I'm afeard to go in any road. Such a stench wafting out. Methinks the other fellow. Well, that he's lying there.
Never taken on a pan contract. Fine, I'll go in, look around.
You should wait here, just in case.
We'll do that later. I like how the game tells you what your recently discovered places are. We're gonna squeeze through these two and then go east. Probably shouldn't even matter that much. I'll just make the circle. We'll make the circuit. Head north along the road, then turn west. We'll eventually get to where we're going. Like I said, this horse controls like a truck. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's like a tractor-trailer truck. Okay, there are monsters here. We'll fight them later, not now. Okay, so when do we head east? Should probably head east now. Let's head west, actually. So we'll place the custom marker here, and then we'll head back east.
Giddy up.
You can press the B button to jump, in case you're wondering. I do like the music that plays here in the overworld. It's way more somber than most of the stuff you might have heard in Skyrim. But it's that same vibe. I found a new marker, but it sounds like a bad place to be. So we'll bail. So we're supposed to be going east. So we're avoiding combat until we can actually explore a few more areas. And then we're gonna cross the bridge. Or we'll hit the bridge and then circle around. We can cross the bridge and circle back around.
Whoa.
So where's our next stop then? So cross the bridge, then head up here. We'll hit a couple of areas along the way.
Go, go.
So we're going east, so make sure you hit that bridge right over there. This is not the bridge. Okay, fine. I'm already off track. Wait, was that the bridge?
There, Roach.
No. It was not the bridge.
Hey-ya.
Now I'm all discombobulated.
Faster.
Where's the bridge? Drowners. I think they're mud people. Hold on, there's hidden treasure here. This might be a good place to step off. So I have a ground zero save, a save from the start of the open world, if I ever want to do that again. But for now, we'll just stick to this. Game saved. So we'll take out the drowner and see what's up. Before I do that, there's a treasure here I want to grab. That's one of the reasons why I'm exploring. I want to see what's out here. Where's the tutorial? It's in the glossary. Tutorial. I can change series. I think. Well, yeah, but we're not playing as her. Maybe later in the game, I guess. New finisher animations. Great. New game plus. Combat. X. Let's see. Fast attack. Amount of fast attack. Press the Y button. Okay, fine. I'm not worried about parrying so much. Targeting them, it isn't required. Fast attack, Y. Special strong attack, X. Stamina. Science consumes stamina, okay. Strong attacks are slower than fast attacks, but deal more damage. We post enable to parry strong attacks. Okay. So where's the part about the swords? Yeah, weapons. Here we go. See, they're so... That's not very helpful, thanks. I think the silver sword is stronger against like monsters. Like possibly those drowners that are guarding this treasure chest. So we'll see how that goes. About 10 minutes anyway, so let's see what I can do. So let's break out the silver sword with the right stick. Let's see how well it works. Just in case. I got a lily key. Try to interrupt me. So I guess the game doesn't pause when you're in a loot menu. Down he goes. Oh. Hi. Thanks for helping, I guess. Can't talk to him. He's on a horse. There's one other drowner around here, I think. There's a red dot here in my mini map. I think there's one other drowner here. There he is. You're going down, son. He hasn't figured out which way to go, I guess. Haha! Strong attack. Down he goes. Give me the loot. Didn't get a chance to see what I got. Didn't even get a chance to see what I got, but that's okay. Alright, so that guy was not too bad. So how's the combat? Yeah, I don't know. Feels really mashy. Like, it's not mashy. It feels really, like, sluggish. Oh yeah, have your horse come to you by double tapping the L button. Oh, there he is. He appeared magically out of the water. Like some Neil Jordan movie. Which one? I don't know. Pick one. Undine. The Secret of Rowan Inish. So where are we headed now before we end the video? So you got to see a tiny bit of combat. Not a whole lot, of course. And of course, this is Witcher version 1.60, in case you were wondering. Yeah, world map. So we can head over here. So follow the road, and we'll see what happens when we get to the water. And we're going up here, so just follow the road by holding down the... double tap the A button. Let's get going. So I guess this is the highway. I think that was treasure out there. By the way, there are gas pods in the swamp, so be careful out there. Not sure we can cross that. And there's a very slim chance I can cross this. So what's down here? I doubt I can get there, but let's see what's going on here. Guarded treasure. Yeah, let's not test our metal just yet.
Slow now. Whoa.
Probably something in the water I can't get to.
Giddy up.
Yeah, we can't get there. Okay, so ignore that. Plan B. Can't go there. We do want to go here. Quickest way there is to take a fast travel, but there's no fast travel out here, is there? How quickly can you run there? We'll go on foot. No reason to fast travel. You know what? I guess I can't fast travel because I'm not near a signpost. I can only fast travel at a signpost.
Move it.
Which is just dumb, but anyway. Like I said, it's a Skyrim thing. I got accustomed to it. You think Witcher 3 came out, what, 4 years after Skyrim? Think they would have fixed that? So we're going to go all the way down and cross the bridge. That's fine. So we'll just hold down this A button. Double tap the A button, then hold it down. Wait. Ah. Stupid horse. So much for the auto driving, huh? Because I can always dismount him, then summon him when I get back on the bridge. But we'll get to that later. Okay, now where did we leave off before the truck ran off the road here?
Take it easy.
When's that horse simulator game coming out? The horse riding simulator. So we need to go make the left turn when we get there. I might have to turn them off. I might have to turn off the auto run. Yes, is it. And I got the treasure, so wait, was there more treasure here? Hold on. Might be more treasure here. So the game's running reasonably well, I think. We made our point. Give me the loot.
Wind's howling.
Did I already pick up the treasure? No, I did. I'm trying to loot him. The game won't let me loot him because this is like Red Dead Redemption 2. Okay, I don't know what I grabbed. What did I grab? I have no idea. New items. A monster heart and a monster bone. Probably used to make some crap. We'll worry about that later. Put that away. I can use my Witcher senses, I guess. I don't know what purpose it would serve. Yeah, combat's not great. So this is going to be one of those games, I guess. Sort of a super janky character action RPG. Which is fine. Like, it doesn't have to be. Not everything has to be like... Not everything has to be Kingdoms of Amalur. Which might seem like an odd comparison to a game like this, but at least this game apparently has a decent story. Which way am I going? Circle back around. You head up there, then we're going to circle back south. Can we head north? Yeah, we can go north. This is not on the map.
Not so fast, Roach.
Yeah, this is not on the map, but it's not a waypoint apparently. That's unfortunate.
Hey there.
We're going east. Okay, here we go. There's something here. We got multiple items here. So now we can go south, right? We even got the animated trees blowing in the wind. I think it's a very nice touch. So we'll head over here then end the video, because we got into a bit of combat. Like I said, I wanted to see how the game operated in an open world exploration situation. It's holding up surprisingly well. It's just not a particularly... This is not a very scenic area of the game. You got to see a bit of the sunlight, so that was pretty good. We got to see that effect. I think I remember this area. I think this area is crawling with ghouls. Were you purring? Are you muttering like a horse? He's muttering like Mr. Ed. Wilbur. I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Okay, get on that thing. Okay, I think we're pretty much done. But yeah, so you got to see the wind effects. That's good. So yeah, Witcher 3, apparently it's a pretty good game. I don't know. I haven't played much of it. I own the Xbox One version, or is it the PS4 version? There it is. I got the PS4 version right there at the bottom of my stack. I got to reorganize that stuff at some point, which I'm probably going to do in a few minutes. So yeah, Witcher 3, it's alright, I guess. It's also $60 on the Nintendo Switch, even though it's like a $10 game on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One these days. So, I don't know about you. If you ask me to choose between playing a better looking, better playing version of the game on a regular console or an uglier version of the game that you can play on a bus. If you really like The Witcher, maybe you'll pay that $50 premium. Personally, I think that's way too much money to pay for a game like this. And I paid $40 for Skyrim, which I'm eventually going to sell in a couple of months because I already have every other version that ever existed. So we'll be playing more of The Witcher 3 later, most likely. But I want to at least get this out of my system. I'll just play the PlayStation 4 version if I have to. This game was recorded with my Scotia earbuds and the audio splitter with the J5 Create USB-C capture device into my quad-core Windows 10 laptop with the Windows 10 camera app capturing at 60 frames a second at 720p. The final video will be at 30 because that's the frame rate cap. And of course, the resolution is maxed out at 720p. It's never going to hit that. It's probably 640 at best. But I'm gonna upload this to 720p, so at least you get that sense of how the game looks. I'll let the music play us out.